Well, hey everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jonathan, and this is Mr. Pearson Talks Books. Today, I want to show you the spreadsheet that I'm using for my reading RPG. In a previous video, couple videos back, I told you that I was going to be turning my reading into an RPG, a role-playing game, as it were, so that I earn experience points based on the number of pages that I read, and there are different quests that I go on, and various things like that. Basically, turning my reading this year into a game. And so what I did over the last couple of days is I created a Google Sheet so that I can keep track of my reading and to help motivate me as I go along. And I want to share that spreadsheet with you. Now, I'm going to be very upfront with you. I am by no means a Google Sheets expert, and I relied a great deal on various internet resources to help me to come up with the formulas in order to be able to create this spreadsheet. And it took a long time. It took a whole lot longer than I had purposely set out to do. And honestly, it got a little frustrated at times because the formulas were just not working out. So if you are a Google Sheets expert, or you are great at Excel or other spreadsheet formulas, that's awesome, because the little bit of work that I did on this absolutely frustrated me. It was crazy how difficult it was. And so if you are good at this kind of thing, that's awesome. But let's go ahead and I'm going to walk you through what my spreadsheet looks like, just so you get an idea of what I'm going to be doing. So first up is I have a range of cells for the title of the book, because obviously I want to keep track of what titles I have read. And you can see here on the spreadsheet that I have already included my January reads. These are the books that I have read. Then I put in the author. You'll notice here, if you're looking at the spreadsheet, I don't have all the authors. As I was updating this, I didn't have my list of reading in front of me. So I need to go back and fix that. Then I put the day that I finished the book, for no reason other than just so that I can keep track of which books I read each month. And then I added a starring system. So what that looks like is I can click here, and it gives me a drop down of all of the different stars, from 0 stars, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 5-star reads. Again, just so I can keep track for my own purposes. It's not really a part of the game, but I do like to know how I rate the books. Then this column right here, for pages, I put in the number of pages that I read when I finished that book. And based on the number of pages, I would get a certain number of experience points. So I think I put it so that if I read anything under 200 pages, like this book here, this was The Fight to Survive was a Boba Fett book in the Star Wars. That gives me 25 points. And then anything that, 25 experience points, pardon me. Anything that's between 200 and 400, or 201, because you got to be exact when you come into these formulas, 201 pages to 400 earns me 50 experience points. And if there's anything that's over 401, again, sorry, got to be exact, anything over 401 would get me 75, and then anything over 800 pages would earn me 100 experience points. And you can see just by looking here on the chart, these are the number of pages. The longest book I read this month was 387, and so I got 50 points for that. So lots of between 200 and 400 page books that I read that I've already recorded on here. Then this category right here, or this column, it says category. And I have 4 different areas in which I am hoping to read books in. First is middle grade, because I love middle grade books. I am an elementary school teacher, so I'm always looking for books for my students. Mysteries and thrillers. I'm a big Agatha Christie fan. reading a lot of Agatha Christie this year. I also like books by Jack Carr and Michael Connelly, and Ace Atkins, Robert Crace, anybody who comes out with a new book that would fall in the mystery thriller, or if I go back and read one of their back catalogs like I do sometimes, that would be considered mystery and thriller. Then I have a category for science fiction, Star Wars, and fantasy. So anything that falls in that big group of books would be categorized there. And then the last one says classics, biography, theology, and nonfiction. And I realized as I was, or after I had put this together, that there may be times where I read a book that doesn't fit into one of those four categories. For example, I was thinking about reading some literary fiction. There's a couple books that I saw on Goodreads that piqued my interest. Maybe some Pat Conroy. I like Pat Conroy. He doesn't really fit in any of those particular categories. So I would probably put it here under classics, biography, theology, and nonfiction. And yes, I know they don't necessarily fit in that category, but it's my game. I reserve the right to do that if I want to. But once I pick a category, so like this book here, The Fight to Survive, was a Star Wars book, I would choose that. And then this next row or column says the region. And so I have 4 different regions. I have Gloom Reach, which are my middle grade books, City of Clockwork, which are my mysteries and thrillers, kind of that noir feel. The Realms of Unknown, science fiction, Star Wars, fantasy, kind of fits in that realm. And then the Scholarium, because these are the more highbrow, thought-provoking books. The Scholarium, kind of that library, dark academia feel, goes there. We would choose one of these regions. Now, each of these regions has different areas that are attached to it that kind of give me experience or their task that I have to complete. And so if we every time I choose a book, it ranks 1 here to tell me that I've completed part of that area. And then obviously I'm keeping track of my experience points because, let me scroll over a little bit. I have this column here, total experience points. Based on the books that I've read so far in January, I currently have 400 experience points. And because I have 400 experience points, my character, or I, have leveled up to level 2. And I have a certain range of points that I have to get before I can get to the next level. So you see here that this says I need 300 more experience points. And once I do that, I'll reach level 3, which is at 700. So I'm on level 2 right now. Level 3, I'll be at 700. And then I put a cell in here for how many pages I've read so far. Based on all those books that you saw listed, I've read 2,364 pages. And then you can see here underneath where I'm currently exploring in the Gloom Reach region. I'm in the Black Fen Marches, and that's area number 2. I've already read enough books to have defeated or to have completely explored area 1. City of Clockwork, I'm still in the Tower, which is the first area. The Realms of Unknown, I am in the Veiled Expanse, which is still area 1 as well. And in the Scholarium, I'm in the Scriptorium, which is area 1. And what I've done is I have this part of my chart over here, and it tells you all of the regions and all of the different areas and how many books I need to read in order to complete them. So in Gloom Reach, the middle grade one, the Bogs was the first area. The goal was to read 5. I've read 5, so that area is completed. Now, if I want to defeat the Black Fen Marches, I need to read 10 books, and currently I've read 1, so I still need 9 more in that area. And you can see down here, City of Clockwork, I got to read 5 to beat the first area. Realms of the Unknown, 5, got to read 5 to beat that first area. Scriptorium, 5, and so on. Now, as this progresses, it gets more and more challenging. I have to read more books in order to move to the next area. I did put a formula down here to see if I defeat all four of these areas, all of the areas in all four of the regions and all four areas in each region, so that's 16 areas altogether. That's a total of 160 books. Now, do I think I'm going to read 160 books this year? No, I don't. Especially because some of the books that I have planned are significantly larger. For example, I am currently reading The Demon of Unrest by Eric Larson, which is a nonfiction book about the lead up to the Civil War and Fort Sumter. But I also have this book right here, The Count of Monte Cristo, and you can see that is very large. It's 1,243 pages. So, am I going to be able to read 160 books? I don't think so, but I'm going to try. So, but anyway, I thought I would share my spreadsheet and what I'm doing to record these things. Just a fun way for me to motivate myself with my reading and just to have some fun as I go along. So that's my spreadsheet for my RPG, my reading RPG that I'm going to be doing. If you'd like a copy, let me know down in the comments, and I will update the description of this video and put a share link in there so that you can grab a copy of it. Now, obviously, it will have all of my information, but feel free to delete that out, play around with the formulas, do whatever you need to make it your own. And if you are interested in seeing my original video, there should be a screen capture of that popping up somewhere on the screen here. You can click on that to go back and see my original plan for all of that. So down in the comments, let me know, what do you think of this? Do you think this is a silly idea? Do you think it's fun? And also, let me know if you'd like a link to download the spreadsheet, because I'd be happy to update and put that in the description so that you can grab that as well. And as always, my name is Jonathan. This is Mr. Pearson Talks Books. We'll see you in the next video.